Hi, I'm Mel Gard. I've been a member of KZNWIB in Business since 2010, and today I'm going to give you some tips on how to get the most out of your 30 seconds. Now, at most networking meetings, there's some kind of a networking slot where you have to stand up and talk about your company for a very specific period of time, whether it's 30 seconds or a minute, and getting it right can sometimes be a little bit frustrating and quite terrifying if you've never done it before. So these are just some tips on how to get the most out of it. The first tip is one that I think a lot of people miss, in that time networking slot is not the focus of the day. You have to meet people before and after the meeting to make a one-on-one connection with them. The 30 seconds is really just to introduce you to everybody so that those people that would be interested in meeting you, whether for partnership or to use you as a service provider, know who it is that they have to go and meet. My next tip is to make sure that you mention your name and your company name at the beginning and at the end of your 30-second presentation. So you have to say, "Hi, I'm Mel Gard from WSI. We're a digital marketing agency." And you finish that off at the end of your 30 seconds as well. Because somebody might be listening to you, and when you started off, they didn't know that they wanted to meet you. But halfway through, this is the person that I've been looking for. They need to know your name and your company name so that they can find you after the meeting. The next tip for 30 seconds is to make sure that you know how you are going to talk about your company. You have to be able to express in one sentence what it is that you do and the value that you're going to bring to people. So you can't rattle on and be vague about what it is you offer. And another mistake that people make is that people know what you do. People assume that their brand is so strong that they stand up and people automatically know what they do. So make sure that you can clearly and concisely tell people what it is that your company does and what value it offers. The next tip is to remember that you're not trying to sell to the people in that room. You might have 10 or 20 or 100 people in that room, but if you can get them to refer their contacts onto you, you go from marketing to 100 people to marketing to their entire networks. And that's the power of networking, is plugging into other people's networks. So if you can be specific about the type of business that you're looking for, those people will bring you those type of referrals. And it's important to realize that you're not going to make a sale on the day that you're at the meeting. Networking is a process and it takes time. So with your 30 seconds, you start off with your name, your company name, what it is that you do and what type of business you're looking for. And you end it off with your name and your company name as well. My last tip is the most important tip of all, and that is to not go over your allocated time. It becomes something where the people in the room feel that you are eating into their time. Well, I only got 30 seconds, why is she carrying on for 40 or 45 seconds? And people then switch off. So you're actually doing your brand and your reputation more damage by trying to get more time in. So if you hear the ding, best thing to do is say, "If you want more info, come and talk to me, Mel from WSI," and take your seat. That way your brand, your reputation is intact, and you've managed to try and keep towards your allocated time. So keep your 30 seconds short, keep it sweet, and make sure that you practice, practice, practice. Stand in front of the mirror, do it in the car, going to the meeting, because the more you say something, the easier it gets. So I'm Mel from WSI, and this has been a 30-second tip for KZNWIB in Business.